Hello and welcome to LT35 Story. So, on my short, I said we're going to be talking about nomad life and why people are moving in vans. Now, I put a post up on a forum, which I'm not going to say, on Facebook. And I put basically, why are people living in vans? Shoot. And I got around, at the time I last looked, I had around 320 comments. And I would say 90% of those comments were cost of living, because it is too expensive to live in a house, to rent a house. So a lot of people have just had enough and they've just moved into the van. They've bought a van for about £2,000 and just moved into it, and they're just living off grid. Now, to say we live in 2023, that is pretty scary. That people, professional people as well, these people from all walks of life, they won't just like, your odd factory worker. Not that factory working's a problem, it's not at all. It's a job at the end of the day, and if you've got a job, that's fine. But there's all sorts of people that have just had enough. People down London who don't want to pay these ridiculous rents. And council tax and whatever else. Now, I personally don't live in my van full time. Obviously I go on weekends, it's a self-built camper van. But I just find it a bit depressing in a way that people are resorting to live in vans. Not everybody. Obviously other people have got a camper van and prefer just to have a bit of a wild van life, parking up wherever or going onto campsites where there's no power, so they can essentially like rough it and use the solar panels, and which is fun. I get that. I did that for years with tent camping and a trailer I had. But then I decided the next step for me was to build my own van, because I simply just can't afford one. I haven't got whatever how much they are, for a brand new. I mean, for a brand new small T6 VW T6, you're looking at, off the top of my head, about £60,000. I mean, who's got £60,000 hanging around? I know I ain't, and most people I know aren't either. Maybe odd few, but I find that I find wherever you try to go in life to try and get an easier life, the government seem to just try to narrow you back in and make it harder every single time. Now, I've been told on this forum that you no longer can change your van into a camper van through DVLA website, which I'm not too sure. I've not looked this up, but a lot of people are saying it. Nah. Why? What's the problem? Why can't you? If you do a van and turn it into a camper van, then I don't get why you can't. It's not a problem to anyone. I can't see. Well, anyway, find it strange. But yeah, this is what it's. I'll show some of the Facebook's posts now. And I'm back with a fresh brew. So yeah, on the other comments, I noticed a lot of people put freedom. Quite a few people put freedom. I mean, freedom from what? Now, the only thing I can think of is the reason why I like camping, camper vanning and going out into wild and exploring places, is the freedom. You're literally just out there, no worries. You're not thinking about anything else when you're walking and you're camping, and you're just free. But then you have to come back to this society. And I know everyone has to work a living, earn a living, but it's just like what I was saying to one of my neighbours earlier, is it's going to get to a point where people are just working to getting an allowance, and they can't do anything else. It's just boxed in. They feel like you're boxed in, you know, and that's not life. Life is being free, freedom. And I think a lot of people are starting to realise this more so now than probably ever. So this is why van life, nomads, is on the increase. And in the next few years, I can see a lot more people converting vans, buying camper vans, or even just living in cars. I mean, there's people on YouTube. There's a guy I follow. I've not actually watched any of his videos, but I will get round to it at some point. And he just lives in the back of a car, and he just drives all over the place, living in his car. I mean, I'm not too sure how he gets money, right? I'm not too sure how any of these YouTubers and Instagrammers get loads of money, because I can't see it being a full-time job being on YouTube sometimes, unless you're Mr. Beast. But anyway, so I mean, what's your thoughts on it, people? I can only see this van life thing getting bigger and bigger, but that's another thing. I'm on a side in here at the moment doing this video, but there's a car park a bit further up, and it used to, when I were younger, you know, an old boy racer and with the guys, you know, it used to be open all the time. You could pull in at literally any time, and we used to pull in and have a chat. I've just drove past. I'm going to do this video in that car park, and I've just drove past and it's locked. And you can only get like 4 cars in it, and I just think, why is it locked? I know people make a mess and stuff, but so do walkers. So do dog walkers. They wrap the shit up in these little bags and then just throw them in edge. So ban dog walkers. Why are you banning people in vans? And most people in vans are clean. If they're proper van lifers, they don't leave a mess. I know quite a few people, and they're respectful. You're going to get odd fuel. You're always going to get that in everything, the odd fuel. So it feels to me that it's becoming a craze. A lot of people are doing it. A lot of people putting in social media and, you know, getting likes and things. Government are local councils are going to clock onto this and try and make it as hard as possible to stop anywhere in a van. Personally, I think they're going to put tax up on camper vans, and they're going to make it illegal for people to have facilities in a van, like a bed or a sink or a cooker, or even having them in the van, you know, to a degree. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to try and clamp down, so you have to live in a house, you have to pay bills, you have to pay council tax, you have to pay a mortgage, you just have to be like everybody else. And this is what's wrong. Not everybody wants to live like everybody else. I don't. I know that for a fact. I never feel at home anywhere I am in a house. So that's it. That's all I've got to say. I mean, what I'm going to do in my next video is I'm going to get a guy on who lived in his van for 6 months. I'm going to try and get him here and talk to him and see what he has to say about it. So, see you later.